Hey guys, just wanted to share with you what I did to convert a 3rd gen tune port injected engine over to a 4th gen drive-by cable throttle body, and it seems like it worked pretty well. So first we got our 3rd gen cable. Now what I was told to do, now you can see one end's cut off because of what I did here with my 4th gen cable, which is over here. So everyone told me to get a 4th gen cable. Now the 4th gen cable has, oh, I think I threw it in the trash already. Let's see if I can find it. No, I didn't. It's over here. It's a little messed up now, but it has this end that has a smaller square. This one's all cut in half because of what I did here, but it's not the same size as the 3rd gen, and also a different angle. This one kind of comes straight in the firewall, 0-degree angle, and it has a smaller square than the 3rd gen, which has a little bit of an angle to it and is a larger rectangle. And I wanted this thing to snap in just like the 3rd gen cable, but with the length of the 4th gen cable to drive the throttle on my LS. So if I walk over here, you can see over on my 3rd gen here with my LS3 in here, has the drive-by cable. There it is over there. You can see it's the larger rectangle. So the other one wasn't going to clip in, and if it did, it was going to come in at a wrong angle and possibly get throttle bind. And I know some people use the low-car throttle cable, use some body washers, and have some success with that, but I had already bought the 4th gen cable, so I wanted to make it work. So what I did was I cut a slit with a Dremel. You want to get the thinnest disc possible, so I used a Dremel instead of my larger cutoff wheel, and just make a little slit down each side. Be careful not to get the cable itself. You don't want to hit that and fray it by any means. And then took the 3rd gen cable, I snipped off the end, pulled out all the sheathing metal that was in there and everything else. I drilled it out with a, oh, where's my drill? Oh, what size drill bit is this? Let me see. That was a 13/64 drill bit, and that cleared it out pretty good for the cable to slide through. And then once I got the, unfocus there, once I got that, oh come on, focus. Once I got that off, then I just made a slit all the way down. You gotta be really careful on this maneuver here. You want to make the slit as non-invasive as possible, just enough so you can get the cable on, so you don't want to have to cut off the little lug there at the end to try to get it in. And it doesn't want to focus on it, but you guys know what it looks like. So I was able to slip the cable on, and then get it up to, you can see here, that's the metal in there. Just kind of slide it on as far as it'll go. So it's approximately the same location as the 4th gen clip was. And then what I'm going to do is just epoxy that. I mean, you could like plastic weld it shut too, and do whatever you want to do that. I'm just probably gonna use some epoxy, and yeah, then you'll have your 4th gen length cable that'll go on your LS, but you'll have the 3rd gen clip here, so you can maintain that same angle, and it'll just clip in. This is the after the epoxy. I just kind of epoxied the slice I made, and kind of went up onto the cable to make sure that the plastic clip portion of it, stay in focus there, was going to stay on there. I'm going to clean it up a little bit, make that you know, some of the, make sure that's flat, so it sits on there. That little bit that's on the flat section, you know, I could stay in focus, come on, make it a little bit cleaner, but I'm just gonna make it functional. But the cable slides in and out just fine. You do have to make sure about moving the cable while it's drying, the cable might get a little bit of epoxy on it and stick in there, so make sure you're moving the cable as it dries. I actually got a little bit of epoxy on the cable, but I removed that off there because it was a little bit stuck, but it freed up pretty easy. So now I got a 4th gen cable with the 3rd gen clip, and it works pretty good.